Let's roll with it, brother. I'll roll with you.
All right, brothers, what's going on? I got another video for y'all
Hmm.
about homosexuality. If you brothers haven't been keeping up with the news, December 13th, Joe Biden signed a bill that is now lawful for all 50 states to have same for you to be able to for homosexuals to be married legally every state. So I want y'all brothers to keep in mind what is going on because there's going to be a rise because right now we're right now living in Sodom and Gomorrah 2. This is Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. So if y'all know anything about what's from the Bible with Sodom and Gomorrah where the Most High destroyed that city, those two cities with fire, all hell gonna break loose out here. And and one thing, especially with a lot, well, just homosexual, just couples, homosexual couples in general, there is a very high um, domestic violence in homosexual couples. Almost every case that I have watched on Judge Mathis, there has been almost every one of them has resorted in some type of physical violence. So I'm gonna jump into this court case. I'm gonna chime in here and there, and I'm gonna let y'all know that yeah, it's pretty much wrong, but it's just kind of crazy. Let's go ahead with this court case.
Jasmine Bradshaw met the defendant a few years ago at a gay club, and Jasmine fell head over heels for her. Jasmine claims they dated for 2.5 years, despite the fact that the defendant assaulted her and she ended up in the hospital. Jasmine is suing her ex for breach of contract and emotional distress.
Let me tell you something, brothers. A lot of these females, they already make bad judgment when it comes to men. That's why a lot of women should not be picking their husbands because they don't know what they're looking for. They think they do because they're look in their mind, they're looking for they're looking for like that Disney effect. But they really don't know what they want. And then when they get it, it's a problem. Or they don't even know how to handle it. And the same thing it's even worse with homosexuality. I'm not sure what's wrong with these some of these females and even these men or males that are sleeping with other men. They out of control, really out of control. But let's go ahead and continue.
Defendant Alexis Flowers admits that she got into a physical fight with Jasmine, but insists she was only defending herself because Jasmine woke her up from a deep sleep by hitting her with a chair. Alexis is countersuing for an unpaid electric bill.
Brothers, I've already said this before. A lot of these females are violent. They are violent. There's a lot of cases that you don't know about. They have no problem calling the cops on you, but they are violent, and most of the time they're the ones that started because of their mouth. But let's go ahead with this.
Start with you.
For your honor, just to give you a little background on me and Alexis, I met her a few years ago at a gay club. It was actually my first time ever going to the gay club, and we met through a mutual friend. Right out there, me and her I fell in love with her. Like, I fell head over heels for her. We were together for 2.5 years. But I would say about a month ago, me and Alexis ended up breaking up because I found out she was cheating on me.
Brothers, let me tell you something. Never fall in love with the woman. You love your woman, you protect your woman, you provide for your woman, but you never fall in love. That is a evil spirit. The only thing that you really I'm sorry, I apologize, not an evil spirit, but the only person that you should be in love with is the most high. That's it. You should not fall in love because you start to do things that you shouldn't be doing. And sometimes they don't even care about that. They might not even feel the same way about you. So let's continue.
Which this was not the first time she cheated on me. She was actually scheduled to come on your show 2 years ago because her ex-girlfriend was suing her. Also, this is the ex-girlfriend that she just completely hated, couldn't stand. Now, the day before she was supposed to come here, I found out that she was still sleeping with this ex-girlfriend. We ended up getting to a physical altercation, and she ended up getting arrested for assaulting me, and I ended up in the hospital because of this. I was hard.
Again, brothers, most of these homosexual relationships always end up in violence. it's a very high number with homosexuals in physical violence. The numbers may be low with homosexuality, but the percentage when it comes to physical violence, it is very high. It is higher than uh, heterosexual relationships, and that's a fact. You can look it up yourself. I don't feel like doing it for you. Look it up yourself.
Was heartbroken. Like, my feelings were so hurt because I loved this girl and we were supposed to be best friends. So, that's why I'm suing her for That's why I'm suing her for emotional distress, because she actually proposed to me. She got down on one knee and proposed to me and asked me to marry her. This was February of last year where she did this. And I just don't understand how you could possibly do that if you know that you're cheating on somebody. You know that you're lying to them, you're betraying them, and it put me through so much.
Ma'am, you want to address that?
Judge, well, when me and Ms. Bradshaw met, I agree, it was love at first sight. Beautiful woman, beautiful smile, ugly temper. Me and Ms. Bradshaw, the first 6 months of our relationship, it was awesome. I felt like after that, I got to know the real Jasmine. I felt like she always was the one that picks fights. She was the one playing the victim. And she would instigate the fights, to get me started. And then when I, reacted, then she'll be like, oh, I'm calling the cops. Oh, it's the end of the world, da-da-da-da.
Brothers, you better watch out for these women that like to call the cops. Even though there's a homosexual couple, you watch out for these ladies that call the cops. They have no problem calling the white man on you to control you. If the woman cannot control you, brothers, she will call the white man or the cops or even use the court system to control you. I cannot make these things up. Again, brothers, watch out for it. You got to keep your head on a swivel. It takes a long time to know the female. And don't impregnate these females right off either. Let's continue.
Like, for instance, when I was supposed to come on your show 2 years ago, the night before, I was sleeping. Ms. Bradshaw, went out of her way, going through my phone. She saw some things she didn't like. Therefore, she woke me up by slamming a chair down on me while I was sleeping. So just like any other human, I woke up and defended myself.
Again, brothers, I told you these females are violent. These females are violent. Picking up a whole chair and throwing it. Let me tell you something, bro. A lot of these females don't care about your life at all. They are selfish. Do not believe where these females say that you are a narcissist, because they don't even understand what the word narcissist means. They don't understand. It's a medical term. And one of the things that makes a narcissist, they're selfish. And a lot of females are selfish. They only care about themselves. That's why the Most High gave them the maternal DNA so they could care about somebody besides themselves. I can't make this up. Let's continue.
We were fighting. She called the police, and I was taken away. I wasn't asked any questions. I wasn't asked was I hurt or anything. They just took me away in handcuffs. So after that, we mended our relationship. We got back together. I felt like, our relationship could change. It was great, and then it just went downhill again. I just saw certain things changing. Like, for instance, she wasn't giving me the love and affection that I wanted. Like, I just felt like there was somebody else. Like, she was giving the love and affection to somebody else. It had to be, because she usually would give it to me.
You see, they both claiming that they both cheating. They confused. This is what you call an agent of chaos. They both agents of chaos. That homosexuality stuff, they're agents of chaos and confusion. That's what they are, brothers. I can't make this up. And
therefore, I just felt like maybe I need to find somebody that would give me love and affection.
Okay.
Can I say something, Your Honor? First of all, Alexis is the one with the bad temper. From day one, when we started dating, whenever I would suspect stuff from Alexis, little things, when I would suspect her and I would ask her about it, she would wow out on me.
Did you hit her with a chair, ma'am, while she was asleep?
Your Honor, okay. So here's the thing with that.
You hear this? It is another thing, brothers, with a lot of women. The judge asks her a direct question, which requires a yes or no answer. I know most of you brothers have talked to females, and you ask them a question which requires a yes or no answer. Now she about to give a whole story. You got to stop that, brothers. Cut them off right then and there. Either you answer or just move on. Women always got to give an explanation of why they do some of the justify they dumb shit. That's what women do. Let's continue.
Earlier that day, which she did not disclose that information. When I went up to Alexis and I asked her if she was cheating on me with her ex-girlfriend, asked her what she did. She punched
No,
me
I'm
in the
not
parking
asking her
lot.
anything. I'm asking you about when she was asleep at night. Did you hit her with a chair?
Your Honor, I threw a chair and it
Good
hit
enough.
her. I did
All
not
right.
throw it
So
at
you-
her
And
directly.
then she gonna
good
lie
enough. So
about
you
it.
should be
Right. It's again, brothers. These women are a lot of these women, especially our black women, are very, very violent. I'm not saying all of them, but 98.9% of them are violent because they don't know how to act. Some of them have never grown up with a father in the home, so they don't know how to act, brothers. That's why I say that a lot of them, they don't mature mentally until they're about 45 or even 50. That's this childlike mentality. I can't make this up.
should be suing her for emotional distress instead of the opposite.
I went up to Alexis and I asked her if she was...
Your breach of contract is for what?
Okay, the breach of contract, I actually have it all broken down for you. We have a Duke bill from when, electric bill from when we lived together.
How long did you all live together?
We lived together for the full term of our lease. And basically the balance, it came up to $1,147, which I have the bill for. And I also have a written contract that me and Alexis had wrote out that she would make sure that she paid her half of the balance because we were actually put on a payment
Let me see
plan.
your contract, please.
Yeah. Do you want the bill also?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Go ahead. So what has happened?
So basically, Alexis stopped making payments. She hasn't did what she committed to make payments on that. So that's why I'm suing her for the $582 for that bill, which is her half. Also, there's a Sprint bill that was placed in my name. We got phones together. Once again, I wrote another contract where Alexis would make sure she paid her half of the balance, and if she didn't, if she became delinquent on paying on that bill, she would also pay a termination fee for her.
One thing I'll give her props for that, brothers. The fact that that this is something that you need to do too. You need to make sure that you do contracts with a lot of these ladies. But at the same time, brother, you need to have your own place. I mean, I'm kind of going off off the subject, but make sure you have your own place. You should not be living up under no woman. Never. Because the woman is going to treat you like a child, especially if you ain't got no damn job or you ain't doing nothing for yourself. She will treat you like a child. So brothers, make sure you got your shit together. And if you do live with a woman, which I don't suggest, make sure you have your own place on the side. Or make sure you have enough money to get your own place if she kick your shit out. Start throwing your damn Jordans and clothes and all that other bullshit y'all like to collect. So,
I feel like if they're gonna live with her, they need to put all the bills in their name. Fuck all that. Put the leasing in your name. Put the water bill in your name. Put everything in your name. If you that dumb to live with her, move with her. Put
That
everything in
sounds
your name.
dangerous, though, Worm. What if she sticks you with high shit? You know?
That's when you investigate and you obviously see what she got going on. Okay, I'm gonna put all this in my name.
I mean, it like I said. I mean, not that he gave some good advice, but again, brother, let's make sure you have your own place.
I wouldn't advise you doing it now, but if you that dumb, you better make sure all the bills in your name.
I wouldn't even.
At least the lease.
Okay, so I like Abe's stance, right? This is my house. I'm responsible for the bills. I got everything. If you're coming up under me as my wife, here are the rules and regulations and expectations. And that must be agreed upon prior to marriage and sex, right? So you don't find yourself having to deal with all these situations because there was never, like, I miss men doing that. I miss seeing a man lay down the law. if you would.
Hmm.
And women submitting onto that. Like I wish we can go back to those days. And if she don't want to submit to that, then keep moving. Because there's a sister out. Stop selling yourself short just so you can have her because her booty big. Like, come on.
Well, I could agree. I could agree with that too.
Lady,
I could agree with that, but like I said, brothers, it's just my suggestion is just make sure you have your own place. And I'm talking to a lot of you younger brothers, and because I've always had my own place. I've never lived up under a woman. I can't have nobody telling me when I can't leave. I just can't.
it's
So
weird.
it really is. Even
Do
in a
something
marriage.
right.
Even in a marriage. So
Here's the downfall.
It wasn't
Hmm.
that love struck. You knew to get
Well,
some
see, that's the thing.
contract.
And that's the thing. Like Alexis is a con artist.
She hadn't turned you out that much. Go ahead. All right, go ahead, ma'am. What do you say to these?
Well,
She has 2 agreements and 2 bills.
well, Judge, as well, I do have an agreement that,
Let's see yours. What does it say?
well, Judge, when we first got in a relationship, the first apartment that we had, the electricity net was in my name. Mm-hmm. Ms. Bradshaw didn't make any payments on that at all whatsoever, and the bill is still in default. So therefore, my
that true,
account
ma'am?
was closed.
Yes, we did make that bill, but the thing
And
about
that's
that
the
is
unpaid
that
electric bill you're countersuing for?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see it. What about, all right, you're suing her for $163. She's suing you for $1,159. So do you want to defend that $1,159?
Well, I feel like those contracts.
brothers, watch out for these females that feel like. That you hear that all the time. I feel like. Man, don't even waste your time even talking to them. Cause they ain't talking about nothing. They on their feelings. They not talking logic. But let's continue.
Contract should be null and void because she hasn't made an attempt to make any payment on the bill she owes me. So why am I then entitled to pay her money and she hasn't even started to pay me?
No, you all both keep your contracts. That's how that goes. I'll make her keep her contract with you, and I'll make you keep your contract with her. If there's no defense to the amount owed or to the contract that was signed, then she gets what she wants, you get what you want. Well, in terms of, financial. I don't know about all that other stuff. You probably have her back before the end of the day. I get 30 minutes after the show. I get 30 minutes after the show. What hotel you guys in?
I'm in the Acme Hotel.
You know where she's staying?
now I do.
Yeah, you'll be over, and you'll be over there too. I will grant both y'all your judgments. I'm not giving you any emotional distress. That was mutual combat initiated by you, and so that.
Exactly. She trying to get emotional distress, and she's the one who started the whole thing by throwing a chair while the young lady was sleeping. Again, brothers, there's a lot of the homosexual community are up in watch now that this bill has been signed and all these homosexuals about to get married. Watch how the divorce rate is going to go up. That's one, and two, you're going to hear a lot more about domestic violence. All right. So marriage is actually all it is just for the government to make more money because they make money off of marriage, off of these contracts. And divorce, where do you think they get that money from? Lawyers, all this money. That's all this is for. It's a monetary thing, brothers. That's all this really is. The government is now finding a way to make more money. And this is the same president that was talking about marriage should be between a man and a woman. Now all of a sudden you sign a bill for same-sex marriage, and then you're going to say it's a good day? You brothers really got to start getting some birth certificate for some of these females. Because you might need to make sure that it's going to get crazy out here, brothers. It's about to get real crazy. And you better raise your children correctly. I know everybody don't believe in the Bible, and that's fine. But you might want to use that as a guidance, because you're going to need it.
So that equals how much?
$9.90.
$9.90. All right. You're getting good. You don't even need a calculator no more. You must stop smoking that weed. You remember? how you can remember stuff. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
I'm very mad because Alexis is full of BS and she knows it. She tried to make it seem like I was the one that initiated everything, but ultimately everybody knows that Alexis has a bad temper, and the fights that we had, there was a reason.
Brothers, you see, here's the thing. I've already talked about the violent thing, but she didn't. She said she was with this woman for 2 years, and yet she wanted to deal with this nonsense. A lot of these females love to deal with nonsense, and the thing is, they love chaos. That's why they deal with it. They love chaos. They love chaos and confusion. But let me go ahead and finish this out.
The reason why the chair was thrown, it wasn't just thrown out of the blue. And I just think it's crazy that she tried to portray me as a bad person when since day one, she was the one bullying me in our whole relationship. So I'm done with her. I'm tired. It's been 2.5 years full of bull crap.
I'm done with her too, so it doesn't matter. I mean,
2.5 years she dealt with that. Don't make no sense. Let's continue.
I feel like the judge made a good decision, and I feel like no matter what a person does to you, you don't throw a chair at them.
And you don't throw punches either. How about that?
I throw punches after you throw a chair.
You throw punches first.
Y'all hear how violent these two agents are. Very violent. Okay, brothers. I'm going to tell you something, brothers. If a woman gets verbally abusive towards you, that's a warning. And it might be time for you to either tell her to leave or you need to pack your shit up and leave. If a woman is verbally abusive to you, you need to go ahead and make your exit because it's only going to get worse. I can't make this up.
Okay. Or the chair wouldn't have got
judgments
thrown,
is
Miss
made.
Flower.
But on that note, I'm done with this recording.